My guest tonight, very funny comedian, of course, and an actor who's starring in the film Most Wanted, which is available on demand beginning Friday. And you can stream his new stand-up special, The Pale Tourist, on Amazon Prime. Also on Friday, please welcome, coming to us live from a steakhouse, I believe, Jim Gaffigan. Jim, where are you? What's going on?
Thanks so much. It is great to be here. Thank you for having me, Conan.
Oh, for God's sake, don't.
It's good to be here. I'm a big fan of your show.
Okay, you have it on it says show on a piece of paper. That's the idea.
It says show.
Okay,
Hold on, excuse me.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
No.
Just a minute.
No.
Yes.
No, you're talking into a zucchini.
Yes, he is wearing the shirt of a 12-year-old boy. Yeah.
We've got a lot to talk about. We've known each other, I think, for over 60 years. 65 years. Now, what is that? Is that urine in a jar?
I've been busy today.
So you're urinating into a jar on Zoom?
These are human eyeballs.
Oh,
no,
forgot.
This is I had some dilly beans from Aunt Marty, a friend of mine who makes. He sent me some of these dilly beans. Amazing.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
No. This is all gold.
Wait a minute. Who put these stairs here?
Oh, look at that! You got some stairs there? It's hard to. That's the laziest going downstairs I've ever done because I don't want to move out of my chair, and
Right.
I don't have the quad strength, so I'm just going to do it while remaining in a chair. It's ridiculous. How are you, Jim? We've known each other, as I said, for like 60 years, and we've liked each other for months.
Yes.
How are you holding up in quarantine? How are you doing, old friend?
I just want. I'm here with my family, which I love them dearly, and I want someone to go to bed. I'm tired. Nobody goes to sleep. It used to be people would go to bed. I'm the only one that goes to bed. I nap during the day, and I'm still the first one to go to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah, I know you have a very large family. How many people are we talking here? How many kids you got?
There are 5 children, and they're just.
And no one sleeps. No one goes to bed. No one actually
don't go to sleep. They're like my wife. They don't need sleep. They want to talk. They want to do things. It's like, I don't know. I shouldn't have had a family. I don't know if it's too late now, but I should.
No, there's still things you could do. They're not legal. They're not moral, but we can talk when this interview is over. There's still a way out.
Remember when you told me you thought Scott Peterson was a good guy? Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember going on it. I remember going on at great length about how
you said that guy who killed his pregnant wife was a good guy, and I was like, no,
I said that guy I said he feels like a quality chum. He does. That's what I said.
Yeah.
You think that was a mistake?
I think that's wrong.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So what are you doing? You're not sleeping. You've got, at last count, 15 kids, a wife that won't sleep. You must be losing your mind. Is there anything that gives you peace during these strange times we're in, Jim?
I spend time in my garden. That never used to happen before. And you know what I like about my garden is my family's not there. That's what I like about my garden. Hold on.
That's really sweet.
Hello.
Okay, no.
Yeah. No. The interview's I don't know how long. I'm just phoning it in. Don't worry. I'll be done. Okay. I love you too.
The zucchini bit, is this is something you're
bit. I always go to it,
You're
Hold on. This is a big phone call. Hello? Yeah. No, it's not working. None of the bits are. No. Okay. Hold on.
What? Can I say something? Are these must be coming from your garden? Is that right? Is that why you have all these massive vegetables?
Yes, these are. And by the way, do you remember in Happy Days when Ralph Malph used to say, "I still got it"?
Mm-hmm. They go, I still got it.
I still got it. I don't got it anymore. Why would a young child be wondering if he still got it anyway?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question because I just noticed that they put makeup on my face, but I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt and they didn't touch my arms. And the disparity is shocking between my face and my arm. This is a clown show here. I'm in an abandoned theater and I look like Lorenzo Lamas, except my arms look like they've had chemotherapy. I don't know what's happening. And I apologize. And you're in a steak restaurant or some kind of...
I'm in a steakhouse, and when Wilmer Valderrama finds out you took his shirt, he's going to be upset.
Okay. You win. What are you doing? Are you trying to stay in shape during quarantine? That's a struggle for a lot of people.
I've given up bread. Well, kind of. I've been trying to eat healthy, and my wife bought me a scale.
Oh,
she loves me.
Mm-hmm.
She bought me a scale,
mm-hmm.
and so I tried the scale, and it's like one of those where it works on your phone and it keeps track of how fat you get.
Uh-huh.
And so I stood on the scale and I looked at the app, and it's in metric because the whole world is in metric, but it was like really small type. And I was with my 16-year-old and there was this red line. And I was like, does that say finished? And my 16-year-old goes, no, it says obese.
So you got an obese rating.
I'm obese.
Oh, so, well, what I would say is just turn off the phone or delete the app.
That's one way. But obese, that's not necessarily bad, right?
No, it's not necessarily bad. It's not the best. Obese can mean that it's a health risk. You got to take care of yourself, Jim. People are counting on you. Oh God, who's calling you?
It was no one.
Okay, let me just quickly. I'm getting something here. Hello. Yeah.
Conan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, Jim, talking into the vegetables. It was fun the first time. The second time, third time, it started to wear thin. Now it's a problem.
Not funny at all.
Well, I think if you do it a little more, it's going to start to get really funny. Do you think?
Oh, you know what? This one's out of batteries. You've had that mug since the Late Show, right?
It was called Late Night. I know you're a fan.
Well,
and it started. Excuse me.
I didn't want to,
1993.
93.
So, yeah, you weren't even born when we started.
I was very young. Oh, here, I got a good story. So I went to Georgetown University, and so I was doing this fundraiser in Philadelphia, and I arrived at the fundraiser, and there was this woman in her 30s, and she was running the whole production. And she was like, you went to Georgetown. I went to Georgetown. And I was like, oh, wow, there you go. And so then later on, I was talking to her, and she said, what year did you graduate? And I go, I graduated in '88. And she said, oh, my gosh, that's the year I was born.
Chilling, right?
It was just brutal. I'm just an old zucchini holder.
I get this a lot. Like a 17-year-old kid will come up to me and go like, oh my God, I can't believe it's you, Conan. It's so amazing. Can I get a selfie? This is back when you could take selfies. And I'd be like, yeah, you seem excited. And he went, well, my grandmother watched you when she was a little girl. That's what I get. My grandmother watched you when she was a little girl just off the boat from Italy in the 1920s. That's what I get.
No, it's brutal. It's brutal.
It's terribly brutal. Have you ever get this? You ever have anyone say that you remind them a little bit of John Malkovich? Because when you were talking about the garden, you started talking about, I like my garden and it's where I like to go. And your lips did a thing and your whole affect became like John Malkovich. Did you realize that?
I see you standing over the grave of another dead president. No,
Yes, I love that movie, In the Line of Fire.
Yes. Well, he's from the Midwest, and I'm from the Midwest, and I used to have a more nasally voice, but I think it got beaten out of me. No, but yeah,
You're very
I've
John
been told
Malkovich
that
when
before.
you'll say, I mean, I don't do a John Malkovich impression, but you purse your lips in a little bit, and then there's an accent when you say the West, and it's just John Malkovich. That's what
He's
I
so
do.
brilliant. But you know what's weird?
He's brilliant. He's
He's
brilliant.
brilliant. He's brilliant.
He's the good. Yes, he's the one I wish I was talking to.
Right. Well, you know what the amazing, but then again, what about that Apple TV show? He's got to regret that. Anyway, but the but the weird thing is John Malkovich, he has a little bit of a whine. You know, like, do you ever sometimes see comments where people are like, "Oh, this guy sounds so feminine." Like, do I have an effeminate voice? I mean, you have a very effeminate voice, but you already know that. Like, do you ever hear that? Do people like? Do you think you have
No,
a?
I never get that I have. People think that I have it's a little bit pitched high tenor, but they think I have a commanding sort of JFK affect where I'm taking us to the next generation.
Yeah,
You have a very,
I'm very.
my
I'm
guard,
non-binary.
my
I have a
garden.
non. But
I
I
have
didn't
a
realize
garden.
I didn't realize I had a feminine voice. I mean, not as effeminate as yours. You know what I mean? But like,
Again, I think we've established that I have a commanding presidential, and I'm talking about 1962
is that a size
commanding,
small
we'll
shirt?
go to the
That's
moon,
small.
not because it's easy, but because it's hard. You have more of a my garden.
Is that
I think I'll
like,
be in my garden.
like? Do you find like when you carry around a book because you don't have friends? Do you find the book heavy?
It's the Gutenberg Bible.
Yeah.
It's very heavy. It's encased in lead to protect it. So I'm very strong. You know, I'm very strong.
You're very. There's a lot of things I mean, you're way more talented. Like, you can play guitar, but we're both very goofy looking people. But we've done so well given what we look like.
I mean, look at us. We've done great. I am in an abandoned theater that no one wants to be in because they're afraid of COVID. And you're at a Sizzler Steakhouse.
It was abandoned.
What's that?
Sizzler. I like how they whispered Sizzler, like it was a secret.
Sizzler.
Where'd you get poison? Sizzler. I like doing jokes from the 80s.
Where did you throw up? Sizzler. You know, I want to ask you about something. You're doing Drive because you are a machine. You are one of the most prolific comedians, high-voiced, effeminate comedians that I know. You churn it out like nobody, and it's quality stuff. I say churn it out.
Trying to get my dad to like me. Go on, sorry.
Worth the interruption. But no one works as hard as you. You're doing drive-through comedy shows. Where at a time when no comedian can be working, how does that work? People drive in their cars and they sit in their cars and watch you perform?
Well, you know, the thing, you know, in this time of pandemic, it's important for people to be safe, but also, so I've done a couple of them. You go on stage in a parking lot and you perform for Cars. You feel like, you know, like you're recreating the movie Cars, but it's pretty surreal. It's, you know,
so can you see the people, or you just see a lot of cars?
You can see some. You know, it's a lot of, you know, and I did a show, Marina opened for me, and, you know, but what are you going to find out from even the comic who goes on before you? Like, what's the crowd like? There's a bunch of imports. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing.
There's some SUVs.
There's no.
Few electric cars, yeah.
That's fantastic. People were very nice. They're volunteering to recreate the experience of being stuck in traffic. So.
How do they let you know? I mean, can you even hear them laughing? Can you hear them applauding?
Flash lights or beep horns. Like, they do a polite kind of like get out of the way if they like the joke. They're like, beep, beep.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like move it along or I'll run you over. They do that kind of beep. And then at the end, they just lay on the horn.
That's really nice. I love that. I think there's something kind of inspiring about that. That's people coming together.
It was a nice moment of community. It's nice to get feedback, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was weird. You know, it's kind of like everything's about food for me. It's kind of like if you hadn't had ice cream for 5 months because of a pandemic, and then you had to eat like non-dairy ice cream.
Right, right. I can see it's not quite the stand-up experience, but it's as close as you're going to get right now.
Yes.
I have a question for you. You have I think you're the only comedian with his own Sirius channel. And that is quite an accomplishment. This is I mean, I congratulate you. Only comic.
I was very flattered. They asked me, and I was like, because I'm unemployed essentially. I was like, this is very exciting. I asked my manager what does it pay, and he's like, nothing. It pays nothing.
Oh.
But it gets better. Apparently, I was excited about it, and then I was doing press, and somebody revealed that I'm channel 790. And do you know how many channels there are on Sirius XM?
I don't.
790. I'm 790.
You're the last channel.
I'm the last channel.
You'd think that there'd be a channel that just gave farm reports or something that would be 792. You're the last channel.
I feel like I'm participating in some Make-A-Wish thing, and I'm the beneficiary, and I don't know about it.
Right, right. You are live streaming your family dinners.
Good idea.
Dinner with the Gaffigans, and it gives us a glimpse into the madness of your life. And I've watched. It's crazy because you have all these kids at last count, I think in the 20s, 30s, and your wife, everyone's talking at once. Sometimes you're talking, but sometimes you're not talking. Sometimes you just sit there and eat your mush.
Well, the thing is it started off as this, thing, nice thing to do. I thought we'd be in quarantine for a couple weeks. Hey, there's some single people, there's some grandparents that are away from their kids. Why don't we stream our dinners? It'll be a nice thing. We'll do it for a couple weeks. 5 months later, we're still doing it. And it's what, we've added a fundraising element, but like, I gotta be honest, there's some nights where I just don't want to do it. Kind of like how you're handling this interview. I just kind of like don't want to do it, but I do it anyway. Do you know what I mean? And you know how much I get paid for that? Nothing. It's kind of like a satellite channel, but it's on YouTube.
You get paid for this interview. I mean, I think.
I do?
I believe. Jeff, does he get paid? How much?
Hello. How much do I get paid?
6. No. Yeah, Jim Gaffigan, please. No, I know he's there.
Well, get him on the blower.
No, he's on right now. I'm on the other line. Just listen. 600 over. You're getting over $600 for this appearance. That's more than you get from Dinner with the Gaffigans. That's more than you get from the Sirius channel. That's more than you get for mentioning Sizzler 4 times. That's a lot of money.
I think Sizzler's out of business, right? Kind of sad.
I don't think you're going to get money from them now.
What are you going to have for dinner tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
You're not thinking about that? You got to
I'll
take
probably have a lean fish, and some vegetables. You like the way I say lean fish? I'll have a lean fish.
You New England people, you guys eat all those bugs from the ocean. Yuck. Ugh.
I eat cod, not because it's hard, but because it's easy. Let's talk about this movie, Most Wanted. Interesting role for you.
Yes.
You're playing kind of a scumbag in this.
Yes, I play a 2-timing drug dealer again. So, I'm guilty of being typecast. It's an amazing story. It really kind of, it's about a guy who was framed because during the peak of the war on drugs, they really were looking for to bring down a kingpin. So they pinned it on this guy in his early 20s, and I set him up because I'm that kind of guy. And
you betray this person, and you don't seem to have much of a moral compass. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say. It's and dealing with scumbags. I just, to prepare, I just thought of like, what would Conan do?
Okay. You've gone at me maybe 40 times in this interview, and I've, I put up with the zucchini. I put up with the constant jabs.
You
I
know
thought
what?
we were,
It's
yes.
my insecurity. It's just, I get nervous. I feel like there's not enough of me, kind of like there's not enough shirt for you. But, I don't
just
know
put a
what I'm
shirt
gonna
on.
do.
I'm sorry. I put a shirt on. Next
Eighth
time
grade called, they need their clothes back.
Okay, yeah, guess what? The guy who owns your shirt called and said he's mistaken. It's not your shirt. It looked like his
I'm
shirt.
winning completely.
I don't think this can air.
You don't have to do any of this editing, do you?
No. There won't be any editing. I want this to go out just as is because I think it will finish you in the business. It will finish you. You'll be done. You'll be lucky to get one car in your drive-in comedy shows. You'll be on channel 900 on Sirius. You'll be talking into a summer root vegetable.
Oh, don't you?
We have a clip here from Most Wanted. You want to set it up for us?
Yeah, I play this guy in this movie. I didn't know that there was a clip. Okay.
I don't know anything about the clip because I was supposed to look at it on my iPhone and I didn't. I'm wearing
I
so
love
much.
when you're doing a zoom and it just freezes on someone like this.
Well, anyway, we have a clip here, and man, is this a good clip. Take a look at this clip. This is Jim Gaffigan, pretty much playing himself, a two-timing, soulless, drug-dealing scumbag. Here he is in Most Wanted.
Jesus Christ, you told them 10,000 for a kilo.
That you said they wanted a source. You didn't say a goddamn thing about me going to Thailand.
You bought tons of heroin in Thailand.
I bought it over 2 months and I smoked it all there.
What?
Yeah. How the hell you want me to go to Thailand? I don't have any cash.
I don't know. But you're going. You're gonna find them a source. Do not make me look bad in front of these people or I will skin you alive.
And we're back. Did you like the clip?
It was pretty good. I felt like I remember shooting that scene and I was like, what would Conan do? You know what I mean?
Right.
If he wore clothes that fit him.
Okay.
What would he do?
Okay. This shirt used to fit me, and then I, got a little jacked.
But like there is a 13-year-old girl that's looking for her shirt right now. And do you know what I mean? When you were putting it on and there was a training bra inside it, did you think this might not be mine?
I was suspicious. I was suspicious that maybe I should take it out. You're right. Shirt's too small. The makeup's off. Yeah, it's all a mess, and I apologize. Let's get to the next and final question. Pale tourist. Where did you go, Jim?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere.
Come on back. This is the least professional thing we've ever done. The least professional. We are both trained professionals, masters of our craft. And look at you. You're just moving your head around. Stop it. Pull yourself together. We're going to get through this.
Yes.
Okay? I want to make sure I mention Pale Tourist. You do stand-up in other countries. Obviously not possible now during this time of COVID. But you and I both love doing that, going to other countries, doing comedy, exploring the people and the culture. I probably do it with more sensitivity and layered nuance, but you go there and do whatever it is you do. Are you enjoying it?
I love it. I wanted to call my show Jim Without Borders, but people were like, "That's too similar to Doctors Without Borders." I do love doing it. You know what I mean? It's like, mine, I just do stand up because I don't need to be propped up by a group of other people. I just do it myself. But it's a scary assignment, right? And I'd love to know what you think. That's unbelievable, right? But no, I would. It was fun, and I'm disappointed because I was going to do Latin America.
Yeah.
And then the coronavirus hit.
We've all been sidelined, but you are doing a great job. I mean, between Most Wanted and, of course, The Pale Tourist. Why don't I tell people where they can find those? Most Wanted is going to be in theaters and on demand Friday. In theaters? How's it going to be in theaters?
I don't know.
It says in theaters.
I think it is. Well, it's. I think they play it in a movie theater and people sit in the theater and they watch it.
Okay, that would make sense. Most Wanted in theaters and on demand Friday, and The Pale Tourist, where you see Jim go and do stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant
It's
stand-up.
like Conan Without Borders, but like with meat.
Will be available on Amazon Prime Video on Friday. Jim, I did my best. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I extended the hand of friendship, and you swat. Why? What do you got? You got something? You keep scratching.
Eczema. But no, it has been so great talking to you, Conan. Thank you for having me.
My final interview with Jim Gaffigan.
By the way, Pale Force, I've been posting them on YouTube.
Oh, good. Do people like?
I'm not monetizing it. So.
No, monetize away.
No,
I want you to live in a house again. I'm tired of seeing you in a restaurant. Get out. I want you to get out and get a house. Okay? You've got 65 mouths to feed. Jim, I care about you. I hope your lawsuit with John Malkovich goes well. And I wish you all the best. You really are a very funny, sometimes petulant and cruel person, but you're one of my top 600 favorite comedians.
That's pretty good.
Of the late 90s. Yeah.
Yeah. That narrows it down a lot, but thank you.
Jim Gaffigan, I salute you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're a good man. Okay.